Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the 2023 CSL All Star Game. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the 2023 CSL All Star Game, here live from EA Fest, Extreme Airsoft up in Rhode Island. My name is Bert, coming at you with the commentary. I've got the one and only Bobby Boucher in the booth as well.
Hello, boys.
We're going to be bringing you live play-by-play commentary for the action here today. But yeah, man, we got four all-star teams that were decided based off of the results from the majors. So at each of the four majors this year, top three teams got to send a certain number of players for that team's all-star game. On top of that, we have a surprise entry into the fray, which we are calling the owner's pick. So we've got another team of five, handpicked by CSL Keegan himself. So it's definitely going to be some exciting action here today. The teams are on the field, just finished their brief. They're talking some strategy, last minute, figuring out where they're going to break out, what they're going to do. But yeah, it's gonna be a tight one. So it's gonna get started here, I would think, in maybe 10-15 minutes or so. But
Most likely 20.
Hey, you never know. It should be a quicker one today. These players all know what they're doing. They're all stars for a reason. So, I expect to see, few delays due to just not being prepared. Gun issues happen to everybody, so, you expect to see a tracer die here or there, a grip break maybe, but yeah, man. So let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday we had the CSL 5v5 season finale. Bobby, you came back to EA Fest. I think last season you did the Speed QB event here.
Yes, I did.
A year back. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it was a great event. Team TSA came in second place. But
so just some context. There was a little technical glitch yesterday where if you were following the challenge, wherever it said Tier 6, it meant TSA and vice versa. So just for some clarity. But go on.
Well, last year's event was pretty great. I joined in the team as a prospect / Mac boy. Played some little bit of games. We had to First Murder Inc. Fortunately, we lost to them. Maybe 50 points.
Yeah. Last year it was a close match. Close match for sure.
Close match, about 50 points. But either way, I'm glad I came back to this year's event and played. Unfortunately, we played our hearts out for this event. We'll be back again next year at EA Fest.
Damn right. What do you think you improved on the most over the course of the year, from your first event to your second event?
First, my eating
No,
habits. not just kidding. The way
those are still ungodly, by the way. It's a superpower. It's a sight to see, that's for sure.
Most I improved is just my eyes on the field to see where is everybody at on the field. Most likely my vocals.
Mm-hmm.
It's calling out where the opposition are.
So you can sing.
I don't know about singing, but that's not mostly improved. I still need to work on my lean towards the bunkers, because I recently found out I'm getting hit on my side from the D snake corner.
Okay.
I'm sitting on the D corner, so I need to work on not exposing my body.
Yeah, body awareness. Just knowing how much is peaking, knowing where you're vulnerable from. Because especially on this layout, I know it's a little bit different for the 3v3 potentially. The 3v3 on Friday was a different layout. It was smaller, but for the All-Star game, it's the same layout as yesterday. And there's a lot of cover. The snake is kind of like a maze, it's interesting. I like it. I think it's great. Makes it easy to go back and forth from the 3 to the 2, even the 1. You can kind of get around that pretty easily. So if you're on the opposite side of the field, you can't really count on knowing where the snake is. He could pop up from any one of those little positions. So
very true.
Yeah, it just comes with time, and that's the beauty of this sport. There's CSL, there's other events, there's local events to go to. Always a way to improve. There's Snapshot. I don't know if any of you guys are VR buffs out there, but it's a VR paintball game, and it's good for game sense. It's not the best if it's the only way you're going to practice, but if you supplement it with going to the field, it's a great way to kind of keep sharp at your house. But yeah, I see some of the teams. Looks like they're starting to get ready here. Why don't we go ahead and throw it to an early commercial break while they get going, and we'll get back with you when it looks like the first few games are going to start. So stick with us. It's going to be a fun day.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Before we start the first games, we are actually going to go through and announce each of the members from the five teams, and then we're going to do the national anthem. So the teams are getting lined up, and we're going to announce everybody here in just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are going to start off with the Northeast All Stars. All right, from the Northeast All Stars. First, representing Tier 6, we've got Dread. Woo!
Let's not in front of home, please. In front of home.
He's got to go all the way down.
Okay, but go in front of home, not behind home.
Representing Murder Inc., we've got Matty Ice. Representing East Coast Energy, we've got Snowman.
Yeah, they're still not working for him.
And representing East Coast Energy, we've got Riker.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. All right, next team. You just got to play through
You
a
don't want
fucking
to turn
pad.
on and off, just twist the knob. It's a lot easier.
Up next, we've got the Midwest All
He's
Stars.
got to play through a pad.
Of course they don't
All right,
listen.
it skips.
All right, representing the Midwest All Stars, we've got from Ace, Zeus.
He's not here. Just go to the next person. Skip Ace. Skip Ace. Skip Ace. Skip Ace.
Also representing Infamous, we've got Beard.
In front of home. In front of home.
Here, I'll take care of it.
Representing
Just go
Infamous,
stand over
we've
there.
got Tycro.
There we go.
Representing Off the Muscle, we've got Rhett.
I'm trying to see who the last two people are. Alright. Go ahead, Bandit.
Off the Muscle, we've got Bandit.
We're going to do Infamous again. Flapjack.
Representing Infamous, we've got Flapjack.
I don't know what your name is. Do we have one more from Off the Muscle? So just say like wild card from Off the Muscle.
And from Off the Muscle, we've got Wild Card.
Go for it.
Up next, we've got the Mid-Atlantic All Stars. Representing Murder Inc., we've got Lou.
Dude's not here. Go to the next.
Representing Murder Inc., we've got Chase. From Goons, we've got Envy. Representing Goons, Zlatos. From East Coast Energy, we've got Kodak. And from East Coast Energy, we've got Hollywood.
That's the last one.
Up next, we've got the Southeast All Stars. Representing Tier 6, Meatball. Representing Tier 6, we've got Mikey. Representing Last Stand, we've got Izzy.
Alright, we can go. Just go all the way down, hit the next song, and go back up. Okay.
From Obey, we've got Anthony. From Obey, we've got Luke. And last but not least, representing Goof Troop, we've got Mikey. Now the wild cards. We've got last but not least the owner's picks. Up first, representing Murder Inc., K. Pasa. Representing TSA, we've got Hernandez. Representing Free Agents, we've got Rel. Representing Infamous, we've got Ghost. And representing every single one of us in the building, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. CQB Rush, aka Mr. CSL Keegan. That'll do it. Those are all of your 2023 CSL All Stars.
Yes, Doc.
Now
Let's
we're
get
gonna
it
move
poppin'.
to No, we're gonna move.
Lastly, we are going to finish this off with the national anthem. So if you've got hats, take them off. Not your masks.
That was so sad.
Thank you. We're going to roll right into the first set of games. Up first, we've got Owner's Pick versus Midwest All Stars. Again, that's Owner's Pick versus Midwest All Stars. There may or may not be a challenge link.
There is.
So if you go into the description of the YouTube video, there's a link to the challenge bracket. If you have a favorite region and want to follow along, feel free to do so. But the brackets will be up there and should show the order of the games as well as somewhat frequently updating the scores. So hang tight. Everybody's got their gear and seems to be ready, so it should only be a few minutes before we get rolling here. Alright, we are back just about 60 seconds before this first game gets underway. Once again, we've got Owner's Pick on the right side of your screen. And on the left side of your screen, we've got the Midwest All Stars. Once again, to recap, these teams were chosen based off of the results from each of the CSL majors this year. So, just an extra incentive to show out and get top 3 at your local event, because then you will have an opportunity to represent your region. These are some talented players out here, so it's going to be interesting to see how they play this layout. If you've got your predictions, go ahead and throw them in the chat.
Keegan's got it. No, he's got to go for fly. Don't go for fly, Keegan. You're going to break yourself. You're too old.
And they're off. Midwest sends a player to the flag, gets their clean. Nobody dies off break. Scratch that. Owner's Pick loses their snake, so it's a 5v4 in favor of the Midwest. See a lot of good communication coming out of the Owners team, though, so they may be able to pull this back. Oh, And as I say that, the D player runs down from the Midwest. They do make it up the Snake 2, though. So it's a 3v4 in favor of the Midwest. Oh, castle battle! And CSL Keegan takes him out. Let's try to figure out the count. It's 3 in favor of the Midwest. Owner's pick has 1 left in that Snake corner. Oh, and Beard is going to take him out. And we can't see it, but it looks like it's probably a spicy little kill to end that first round out. And they're going to run the flag down for that hang. So a pretty close one to start the tournament off. Midwest only with 2 players left alive. Owner's pick put up a good fight, but they got to figure out how to keep the numbers up early in the game. They were just on their back foot from the start. So they are going to switch sides. Owner's pick again is easier to spot. They are wearing multicolored, different types of jerseys. Most of the All Stars will have the same jersey on, black in this case for Midwest. But yeah, we're playing at Extreme Airsoft. If you're in the Rhode Island area, or even if you're not, honestly, it's worth the trip. They have just about anything you can imagine in their store. They revamped the speed field, have a nice spectating area up high with some plexiglass and some seats, making it easy to kind of learn the game without jumping right in and jumping into the deep end, so to speak. But the rec play field, from what I've heard, is incredible as well. I played a few years ago, but they made some updates to that as well. So definitely come check it out. Let's see if the strats change for this breakout at all, or if they try and do the same thing. Midwest sends a player to the flag again. It looks to be a similar breakout from last game. All 5 players alive from both squads. CSL Keegan making it to the D3. Both teams hunkered down, trying not to make any unnecessary moves. After saying that, Keegan does make it to the castle in his D50. Midwest loses a player. Owner's pick up 5-4. Scratch that. Keegan goes down at the castle. 4-4 game. As I say that, Midwest loses their Snake corner. So it's a 4v3. Make that 2v3 in favor of the owner's pick. It's a 1v1. K-Pasa versus this last D player from Midwest. Oh, and he gets him. That's what we were talking about earlier. Body awareness. Just knowing when that... Oh, my goodness. That's TSA Hernandez almost taking out K-Pasa. But K-Pasa was able to make that call just in time and save his own life and finish that game. So again, owner's pick with 2 players alive in that round. Midwest with 2 players alive in the last round. That makes me think it's got to be a tie game at this point. But in points as well, you know?
No, points, Midwest is up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Midwest has grabbed the flag first both games, so they are up in points. But it is 1-1 in terms of the game count. Keeping it close, keeping it close. Let us know how the audio is on the stream. I'm standing up here to try and get a good view of the field for you guys, but if it's too quiet, too loud, let us know. It sounded nice earlier, but we do what we can to please the people here at CSL. Let's see if we can get a mirror flag this time, or if OTM's going to get that grab 3 times in a row. Oh, I see. Oh. Now, Keegan doesn't go for the flag, but he does get Castle off break. Aggressive move. He's got to be careful he doesn't get clipped from that X stuff. He's playing down low, so I think he's going to be safe for now. Still 5 players alive for both squads. Oh. Still 5 players alive. That being said, Midwest player runs down the castle, takes out Keegan. As I say that, owner's pick player does the same to him.
2v3.
It looks to be a 2v3 right now with 2 back players and an X for the Midwest. Owner's pick got a snake corner D3.
3v3.
Scratch that. Owner's pick does have a snake 50. And as I say that, he gets poisoned. It's killed in the process. It is now a 1v2. Scratch that, 1v3.
1v2. We just picked off one team right.
We just got K Casa here at this castle trying to do what he can.
You picked up who?
They trade. Leaving 1 player alive for the Midwest. So they're going to take this best of 3, hanging the flag. But a good first showing for both of these teams. I have a feeling this is going to be a close tournament. Up next, we have Fitzy.
Atlantic and the Southeast.
Next game is going to be Mid-Atlantic versus the Southeast All Stars. Mid-Atlantic All Stars versus Southeast All Stars.
Ryan, I'm going to show you how to copy and paste. This is only 5
Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for any confusion. It looks like this might be a best of 5 as opposed to a best of 3. I'm just trying to get some clarification here. Yep, that seems to be the case. So they're going back out for at least another 1 round. Right now, Midwest, if they win 1 more, they take this best of 5. So owner's pick does have another life in this. They got to win out, but they have a chance to take this. Alright, 20 seconds to go. We've seen 2 aggressive breakouts from both teams, but we haven't seen a flag mirror match just yet. So let's see if we're going to see one of those or not. I'm going to be honest, I want to see it. Let's go, we got one. The Midwest does get the flag first, and the flag runner gets dropped. CSL Keegan goes down as well, so it's a 3v5 in favor of the Midwest. Owners filling out to the right spots to kind of hold down the field the way they need to. So they're not out of this just yet. K Pasa making it all the way up to that 50. As he does, he gets clipped. Now the owners with 2 players left alive. Oh, and they both go down at the same time. So I want to say the Midwest has a clear path to run the flag once they figure out what they do. Yeah, they're playing it safe. They think there might be somebody alive, but, you know, better safe than sorry. Especially when you've got time on the clock. So that'll do it. Midwest takes that with 3 wins. Owners pick with 1. Yo, oh. All right,
This is some late
third time's the charm, folks. We've got the confirmation. So it is best of 5. So Midwest has technically won the round in terms of win-loss record, but they're gonna play all 5 rounds for points. So just like with the normal CSL season, it may or may not be a simplified point system, but there are still points in play for grabbing and hanging that flag. So they're going to play all 5 rounds out. More action for us. You see CSL Keegan getting into the snake this game. All 5 players alive for both teams. Keegan's at the snake 50. Midwest does have a player at the X that takes out the castle at the same time he dies. So it's a 4v4. Teams settling into their positions. Oh, CSL Keegan tries to make the big move up to the enemy side, gets clipped in the process. Midwest loses a player as well, though. Oh, tries to run down. Think manages to just miss, gets taken out in the process. Owners with 3, Midwest with 2. Oh God. And with 2 players up for the owners pick, they're going to grab that flag and hang. Alright, we are back with just about a minute and a half to go for our next game, which is going to be Mid-Atlantic versus the Southeast. Mid-Atlantic, let me pull out my little cheat sheet here, is going to be on the... Well, I'll figure out what side of the screen they are in a second, but in the white jerseys, you're going to see the Mid-Atlantic Major, or the Mid-Atlantic All-Stars, and in the red jerseys, you are going to see the Southeast All-Stars. I'm curious to see if the breakouts are going to be as aggressive as they were in that last best of 5. We did see a mirror flag in one of those final 2 rounds, which was nice to see. But these are 2 teams we haven't seen play yet today. And they haven't played with each other. That's another thing to consider. These are new squads that are all pooled from different teams. So they've got to come together day of, figure out a strategy, figure out how they're going to mesh, and, you know, do what they got to do. So just about a minute to go here.
We're gonna have to play the last 2.
And they are off. We see the mirror flag matchup.
The last 2 are going to be not.
Both players end up going down, so it's a 4v4. Make that 4v3 in favor of the Southeast. Mid-Atlantic has a player in the Snake 1, D2. Southeast, they've got a D2 Snake corner home. Pretty solid setup to hold down the field. They move up to the D3. Oh, and that Snake player from the Southeast makes it all the way to the enemy side, takes out Chase. And unless I can't see somebody, that may be it for the Mid-Atlantic. Southeast just doesn't realize it. So pretty decisive gameplay from the Southeast there. They made that move all the way into the enemy Snake side pretty quickly, which teams don't necessarily expect, so it probably caught them off guard a little bit. So at this point now they're just working their way down the field, making sure there's nobody left. That'll do it. But it's a risky move to make. It's risk reward with all these big moves, because getting up to that enemy side, we saw CSL Keegan try and make the same move. And it just all depends on if the Dorito side is looking in at that time, or if they have a Snake corner that's holding the tape. But if you've got all the pieces and you don't see anybody and you make the move and it works out for you, it can be deadly. Alright, audio check in the chat. Does everything still sound good? I see someone said the sound was off at some point, which we will mute from time to time if we gotta talk about certain things, but just let us know if everything's back to normal. Getting ready for round 2 to start here. Once again, both teams go for the flag. This time, Mid-Atlantic loses their flag runner. So it's a 5v4 in favor of the Southeast. Southeast has that Snake player looking inside, which is a really strong angle with this layout. It keeps the Dorito player pretty much stuck to the outside, which depending on the Dorito you're at, you might not have much to look at. In essence, kind of making that player less valuable. Not too much movement here since the first batch of players going down. And I feel like I jinxed things. As soon as I say it, Chase moves up to the Snake 1. Snake 2 make that. Maybe even Snake 50 at this point. Let's see what he can do with it. Oh man, and that Castle player for the Southeast just pops out, taking out the D3. Runs down the D side, takes out 2 with him. Chase, I think, is the only one left in that Snake, and I don't know if they know he's there. He might be able to pull something out. If he just... Oh, but there's a Snake in his mirror, so it's going to be tough to do without letting everybody else know. Oh, and he gets taken out. And Just like that, they're going to confirm, grab the flag, go ahead and hang it for their second win of this series. All right, 30 seconds to go. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to these colors. Let's see. Mid-Atlantic's got to switch something up here. They're down 0-2 in this series. There have been 2 mirror flag matchups. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they try and leave that and go for more of a defensive strat. Let's see what they do. And indeed, you see the Southeast going for the flag. Mid-Atlantic leaves it. They get a snake player up to maybe the 50. All players left alive at the moment. Wow, you got a player from the Southeast running up tall, taking out a snake player for the Mid-Atlantic. 4v4 now. Even trade. And at the same time, another even trade. 3v3. Mid-Atlantic losing their snake corner, Southeast losing the Dorito. Another Mid-Atlantic player goes down, making a move into the Dorito. And now we watch Chase do what he does best, get low. So I want to say it's a 2v2 right now. Southeast with D3, Snake 1. Mid-Atlantic with the Arrow, D corner. Southeast makes a move up to the castle. Trades out with the D corner, so now it's a 1v1. Chasing. Oh, Chase gets clipped by Meatball, I want to say, on his move out from the Arrow, and that's going to do it. Once he confirms, he's going to grab that flag and hang it. Southeast with a dominating performance so far. They are going to play all 5 games, but that's three wins in a row for them. So there we go. All right, 10 seconds. 4th game of the series. Mid-Atlantic with an unorthodox break. It works for them, though. Taking out one of the Southeast players. They're up 5-4. Just trying to communicate here to figure out where they can get a pick from. As a reminder, these are the best of the best. They're not going to be peeking wide and giving you much to work with. Southeast making the move all the way up to the castle. Tries to communicate the snake player's position, but when he peeks, gets clipped by the burrito. I think it's 5-3 in favor of the Mid-Atlantic team. Mid-Atlantic starting to work their way up the field. They lose a player, but at the same time, Chase manages to get up to the flag and then replace his position, so they might not be expecting him there. Southeast loses their Dorito too. That might be the last one for them. So Mid-Atlantic seeing a little bit of success, but you know, for this series, it was a little too late, but it's a long tournament. They'll take what they learned into the next round, and who knows. They got a lot of talent on that squad, so I can see them taking some. Let's see who we got up next. Oh my goodness, I can't do math. So that was 4. Right. So there's one more.
Southeast is 1-3.
Alright, last round. Neither team going to the flag. Southeast loses their snake runner, 5v4 in favor of Mid-Atlantic. Not much going on. Both teams just playing defensively, not wanting to lose anybody. At the same time, Snake player goes down for Mid-Atlantic. Dorito player goes down for Southeast. Mid-Atlantic working their way up to the castle, gets clipped in the process. Mid-Atlantic losing their snake corner. It is now a 2v3 in favor of the Southeast. Southeast gets all the way up to that D50 castle. Trade goes down at the D castle. Meatball gets taken out from that cube. Chase may be the only player left alive here, making his way down to that cube from the snake corner. Scratch that. Southeast does have a player at their cube, So a mirror matchup for both teams right now, 1v1. Chase moving up to the arrow. Oh, Southeast caught him on the move. Goes for that final hang. That was a good end move. That was a good move. So that's going to do it for that 5-round series. Up next, we have got Owner's Pick coming back for their second against the Mid-Atlantic All Stars. Up next, we've got Owner's Pick versus Mid-Atlantic All Stars. Hang tight. Alright folks, they're getting set up, so we're just going to send it to a quick commercial break, give you something nice to look at, and we will be back with you in a few minutes. Stick with us. Alright, folks, we are back. Once again, we've got the owner's pick versus Mid-Atlantic All Stars. Mid-Atlantic's going to be in the white jerseys. Owner's pick is in the mix. We saw owner's pick with some aggressive breakouts in their first round. Mid-Atlantic took a little bit to get some momentum, but they did see some success. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a mirror flag. I wouldn't be surprised to see some castles off break. Let's see what happens. 20 seconds. And they are off. No teams go for the flag. Both teams go for a snake 50. Mid-Atlantic loses a back player. 5v4 in favor of the owners. Oh, we see a poison at the snake. Owners taking out another Mid-Atlantic player. Same time their snake corner goes out. 4v3. Make that 3v3. Might be a 3v3 in favor, or I guess in favor of no one. Tie game at the moment. I will say Mid-Atlantic has a better field spread. Owners are kind of stacked on this D side here. CSL Keegan gets popped on his way to the castle. K Pasta trades out with the Dorito player. So it's just Rel left in the Snake 1. We've got Chase at D1, and I'm not sure who that is, but they've got a player in the Snake corner.
Oh, it's Hollywood.
Rel moving his way up to Snake, from that God to the Snake 1. See if he can make something happen here. Some noise giving away his sneak. They take him out on his way down to that cross. And once they figure it out, it's just them left. They just have to take the flag and go hang it. They're not going to risk anything. They'll take it slow. I like that the breakouts are changing from game to game. It's not just the same meta, game in and game out. Because like I've said, these are the best of the best, so you got to keep them on their toes. You can't be too predictable. Alright, so Chase is going to end this first one out for Mid-Atlantic, and they're going to switch sides. So For those that don't know, Chase is the 2023 CSL MVP. Incredible player. He gets so low, has such good body control, can get the bunker super quick. He's just an all-around player, man. It's been a pleasure to watch him grow. Owner's got to make something happen. They lost a couple bodies there when it wasn't a trade, so I don't know if it's body placement or just not making the right moves or at the right times, but look for them to make some sort of changes. Clean break for both teams. Yep, clean break for both teams. No teams go for the flag. Owner's taking a little bit more presence up on that D side. Mid-Atlantic, moving up to the snake one. Taking out CSL Keegan from that D3. 5v4 in favor of Mid-Atlantic. Owner's calling out the snake 50. He's not quite there though. They lose their player in the D2 and in the arrow, so I think it's now just 2 players left alive for the Owner's pick. And they know exactly where the snake player is. Carlos makes a move out to the home. It's the right move to make, getting more centered on the field. Then gets back to that D corner. It's just him now. 1v4. They just need to work their way up, on me, off me drill, and close this one out. Oh, he takes 1, maybe 2 out before they light him up and hang this flag for game number 2. Alright, 20 seconds here. We haven't seen a flag off break from either of these teams yet. I'm curious if that's going to change. I guess we're about to find out. Owners lose 2 players off the break, 5v3 in favor of Mid-Atlantic. They do have a snake player, but so does Mid-Atlantic. CSL Keegan makes a move to the flag. The snakes trade out. So just 2 players left alive for the Owners. And it's CSL Keegan at the X. And Carlos back at the snake corner. Oh, Keegan gets that castle player. Mid-Atlantic fill to that god. Into the snake 1, snake 2, maybe snake 50 at this point. It's hard to see from the booth. CSL Keegan moves to the outside snake. Or I guess inside, depending on how you want to look at it. He gets the poison, Love to see it. It's just CSL Keegan left alive, though. Chase is in the home. That might... Oh, and you've got Zlatos in the snake corner as well. 1v2. Can Keegan clutch it out? I'm biased, but I'm rooting for him. Oh, it was close, but he's not able to pull it off. Good effort. They confirm and take out game 3. So Mid-Atlantic, coming off of that first round where they went down 0-3, they are now up 3-0 on this one. So they definitely made some changes that are obviously working. But yeah, we're getting ready for game 4 here. Mid-Atlantic almost not making the breakout. They do just in time. CSL Keegan to the enemy side of the field off break. Takes out one at least. Goes down. That was a good trade. So it's 4 versus 4. K Pasa moving up to the B2 for the owners. Carlos in the snake corner. Mid-Atlantic takes out the snake player from the owners. They have 3 players left alive. The owners have 2. Make that 1. The snake player takes out K Pasa from the Doritos. Carlos takes out a Doritos player from Mid-Atlantic. It's now just Carlos versus 3 players from the Mid-Atlantic. This is going to be tough. He gets 1 from the snake. Gets 2 from the Dorito. It's now just a 1v1. Chase in the D corner, Carlos in the snake corner. Chase makes his way into the God. Carlos makes his way to the D corner. Chase up to the cross at the 50. Gets Carlos on the run. Beautiful, beautiful. He's going to carefully grab that flag, make his way down. So that's 4-0 for Mid-Atlantic. They're putting on a clinic right now. Alright, owner's got one more chance to come up with a different strategy and figure this out. Mid-Atlantic with 3 players staying at home to shoot the lanes. It didn't seem to pay off because all 5 owners players make it out alive. That said, they do make it up to the owner side snake, taking out 2 players in the process. That was a huge move. Takes out 3, losing 1. So it is now 4v2 in favor of the Mid-Atlantic team. Make that one player left for the owners. Carlos gets taken out from the snake corner. It's just K-Pasa in the deep corner. And he goes down immediately. That's going to be it. So a dominating point coming out from Mid-Atlantic to end that best of 5 series. Who do we got up next, Fitzy?
We have the Northeast and the Midwest.
Alright, so coming up next we got Northeast, Midwest. Time for the handy dandy cheat sheet. Midwest is going to be in black jerseys. Northwest is going to be in blue jerseys. So, once again, Mid-Atlantic just took down the owners 5-0. And up next we've got Midwest in the black jerseys, Northeast in the blue jerseys. And they're off. You see a mirror flag breakout? Player going down for the blue team, which once again is the Northeast. A back player going down for the Midwest, so it's a 4v4 right now. Midwest did get the flag. Northeast does have a player in the enemy side, Snake. He takes out their ex-player pretty easily. Player gets shot from the Midwest, getting when he bumps out to that snake corner. And Northeast is just gonna pick players off and end that one pretty systematically.
Matty Ice.
Yeah.
Alright, both players going for the flag. Northeast player gets eliminated. Midwest does get the flag. 5v4. Northeast loses their D2, 5v3. Make that 4v3. That X flag player going down at the same time. D player runs down, trades out. I believe that's a 3v2 in favor of the Midwest. Beard making his way to the Snake 50. Wavy crossing all the way from the Snake 1 to the castle. That was a move. That was a good move. They might... Oh, he gets picked off from the D runner. So that should be just the Snake corner left for the blue team, the Northeast. Midwest takes him out. It's going to be able to go flank, hang this flag, take this first round. Second round, excuse me.
Or Northeast.
Alright, scores 1-1 going into round 3 here. Northeast making it all the way to that castle. Midwest getting the flag. That castle's a valuable but dangerous position because it's very narrow the way you have to play it. But if you can do it without being too exposed, it's super powerful. The X player going down to the Midwest should be 4v4. Northeast loses their back Snake player. Northeast runs down the D, takes out 2 players for a 2v1 trade. Northeast has a Snake in the enemy side and a Snake corner, as well as a D3. Midwest have 2 corners, D corner, Snake corner. Snake corner gets flipped. Only Beard left in the D corner for the Midwest. Oh, he clips Wavy. So it's a 1v2. Let's see if Beard can clutch this up. Is it just a 1v1? It might just be a 1v1. Beard makes the run all the way around. It's going to hang it for the Midwest, so that's 2-1 in favor of the Midwest in the best of 5. Northeast in the blue, Midwest in the black. Both players breaking out to the Snake 50 off break. Midwest loses their player. Northeast loses somebody. I didn't exactly see from where, but it's a 4v4. Northeast is playing the wide side of this D2. It might seem like it's exposed, but depending on who's still alive in the game, it actually can be super safe, super effective. Sorry folks, I'm having trouble commentating because there's just so much going on different sides of the field from different teams. Like, Beard didn't know Wavy was alive. Wavy doesn't know Beard is alive. Beard was able to finally finish off the trade.
That'll make it a time.
And it looks like Midwest is going to go... That was time?
Yeah, that was time.
And and after all that chaos, the match time's out before he's able to hang the flag. That one was action-packed, to say the least. And they are off. Another double Snake 50 break. Both players trade out this time, 4v4. There's a player at the castle here for the Northeast. Northeast is in the blue, Midwest is in the black. Midwest filling out to the Snake corner. Northeast has a Snake player, but he's playing the inside angle. Just got to make sure that tape isn't wide open. They can run him down. The castle player for Northeast gets clipped from that Snake corner. Like we mentioned, it's a dangerous bunker to play if you're not careful of the angles. Northeast has, I believe, 2 players left. He loses one of them. They lose one of them, I should say. They have 1 player left in this queue. Midwest moves up to the castle. Gets clipped from that cube. It's a 2v1. Scratch that 2v2. That Snake player for Northeast has been in there the whole time. Midwest making it up to the castle. Northeast know they're there though. Snake player finally transitions to the outside. Oh. Snake player runs down. Okay,
I can take care of this.
All right, we're gonna do a quick pause. We will be right back with you. Give us just 1 second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We've got a new best of 5 starting up here. In the white jerseys, we have the Mid-Atlantic All Stars. In the blue jerseys, we have the Northeast All Stars. Just a quick reminder, Midwest All Stars. We've got representatives from Infamous out there. We've got representatives from Off the Muscle. Ace was supposed to be in attendance. They had some people fill in. And then, what's the other team? Mid-Atlantic. We've got representatives from Murder Inc., from Goons, and from East Coast Energy out there. Off, no teams going for the flag off break. Mid-Atlantic does lose their snake corner, 5v4 in favor of the Northeast. Mid-Atlantic losing their snake player, so that should be 5v3 in favor of the Northeast. Northeast filling all the way up to that snake 50. They lose their first player in the Doritos, 4v3 in favor of Northeast. Chase getting Matty Ice with the sneaky play in the God. Unfortunately, isn't able to save himself from zombie there. Northeast is going to go ahead and hang this with 3 players left alive, it looks like. Action-packed first round of this series.
Sound like Freddy.
Let's see if any of these teams switch up their breakouts for this one. They do. Chase makes it all the way to the castle. Clean break for both teams, 5v5. Oh, Chase unfortunately gets put in the God. 5v4 in favor of the Northeast. Make that 4v4. They lose their Dorito 1. Northeast moving into the arrow. The D2 player knows that cross is there. Oh, he's got to try and reload in this very compromised position. He makes it work, though. I think the home player just called out that cross. Just reiterating. Cross moves out to the castle. Not too much going on otherwise on the field. That castle player goes down, trading out with the Dorito 2. Mid-Atlantic trying to get a beat on where the rest of these players are. Let's see here. I believe it is a 2v3 in favor of the Northeast. I don't think we've got anybody in the snake. It At least that I can see from up here in the booth. They bump up to the D3, Mid-Atlantic does. Mid-Atlantic clips the Northeast player as he moves out to the castle. Alright, yep, I do see his head. So the Northeast does have a player in the Snake 2 right now. Oh, excuse me. It's actually Mid-Atlantic up on the enemy side. All we could see was the top of his head. And they take out the last player at that cube, grab the flag, and they're going to hang that with 3 bodies left alive. Alright, going into round 3, it is 1-1 for the game count. So it's a tie game in that sense. 2 teams are keeping it close. It's been a while since we've seen breakouts going straight for the flag. I wonder if that's going to be a trend for the rest of the day, or if it's just flavor of the month. Northeast making it all the way up to that castle. Takes out the D2. Mid-Atlantic losing another back player, so it should be a 5v3 in favor of Northeast. Mid-Atlantic filling from the home up to the D1. Oh, Matty Ice gets clipped from that D player as he transitions to the other side of the castle. Mid-Atlantic loses their Snake player. Northeast fills up into the Snake 50. So it very well could be a 2-on-2 scenario. Chase is up there at that cube. Somebody manages to take out Zombie and the Snake. So it's a 2v1, I believe, in favor of the Mid-Atlantic. Down bodies the whole game. Able to pull it out. Impressive. Scratch, that Dread has been hiding in the back there. I haven't seen him pop out in a long time. He's back in the Snake corner. So from what I can tell, it's a 1v1 from what I can tell. Dread catches him.
Let's go, Dread!
Northeast grabbing the flag, able to hang it and end this one up. So it should now be 2-1 in favor of the Northeast.
60 seconds.
So long points from these teams. We've seen a few of them go pretty quick, but for the most part, especially in this one, they've all been pretty long points. Nothing good or bad about that, just something to note. Different play styles work with different teams, and it seems like a lot of teams like to get up in bodies and try and let the other teams make the mistakes and come to them. But if you can capitalize on that play style by making moves when they're not expecting it, it can be strong. So. Here we go. Round 4. Northeast running straight down the D side, getting on the enemy side, getting everybody. Might have gotten a 5-pack running down the D side, trading out with the last guy. They're going to hang the flag. That was an exciting point. Final point, 3-1 Northeast. Let's see if Mid-Atlantic can close it to a 1-point gap. Or 1-game gap. Northeast straight to the castle. Clean break, 5 lives, both sides. Northeast loses a Dorito player. Mid-Atlantic loses a Snake, 4v4. Wavy getting low in that castle. Chase making his way into the God from Mid-Atlantic. I think Mid-Atlantic knows Wavy's there. Wavy gets clipped from the God. Mid-Atlantic's got 4 players left alive, and I believe it's just 3 for the Northeast at this point. Don't hold me, there might be someone in the Snake, but I have not seen it. Northeast is making a move up towards the D side, D3, trying to get a little bit better field presence, field pressure as well. Northeast loses their cube, Chase goes down in the Snake. It's a 3v2. Envy from Mid-Atlantic made it up to that castle, but they know he's there. He's waiting for that D2 to pop out. He clips him. It's either him or Zlatos. Well, we got a Snake corner. We got Dread left in the Snake corner for Northeast. He gets Envy at the castle. And he gets shot from, well, from somewhere. But 2 bodies up left for Mid-Atlantic. They're going to close out this point. Alright, we're going to start the next match in about a minute. There it goes, 60 seconds. We're going to have the owner's pick back on the field. My personal favorite for the win overall. And then they're going up against Southeast. Southeast is going to be in the red jerseys. So red jerseys, Southeast All Stars. Mixed jerseys, you've got the owner's picks. You've got a few seconds, so let's go through the rosters one more time. On the owner's picks, you've got for Murder Inc. K. Pasa, TSA Hernandez, Free Agents Rel, Infamous Ghost, Mr. CSL Keegan himself. And over on the Southeast side, we've got Tier 6 Meatball, Tier 6 Mikey, Last Stand Izzy, Obey Anthony, Obey Luke, Goof Troop Mikey. Those were the rosters as they were submitted. I know some players couldn't make it. I'm not exactly sure which ones those were, but let's see how this first round breaks out here. Oh, Owner's making a move up to the castle, trading his mirror, or killing his mirror, not a trade, so it's a 1-for-0, 5v4 in favor of the Owners. Rel gets taken out from the snake corner, it looks like. Yeah, he's got to be careful playing that tall. Vulnerable from the snake one. Gets clipped. 4 players up for the Southeast.
Can you just scroll down on
Got CSL Keegan and TSA Hernandez with the communication. They've been playing together for quite a while, so I'm sure it comes naturally to them. But they might be the only 2 left alive against these 4 on the side of Southeast. Carlos moving up to the D1. Now they just got to make sure they're holding both sides of the field at the same time, not looking both the same way for too long. And a good retreat from Carlos. Now he's back in the corner. Southeast has been very, very complacent in their 4 bunkers playing defensively. They can run out the clock here easily, but at the same time they could just systematically work up the field. And they do. They move from the D corner up to the D2. It's going to make clipping Keegan from the snake corner a lot easier. Neither of these teams peeking wide enough to get clipped, it seems like. I don't have a clock in front of me, but I gotta think it's getting close. These guys gotta make a decision on the owner side. If they're gonna do something, they gotta do it quick. Four players still up for the Southeast. Carlos getting back to that D1, takes out the D3 player, and like we talked about, there goes the time. So they brought it close, but Southeast had 3 players left alive, so they're gonna take that round. Good effort on the side of the owners, but just not quite enough.
60 seconds.
That was only the first round. They got 4 more to pull it back.
20 seconds.
So you see, oh,
Oh, they didn't fix the flag yet. I don't think either of them are going to run for it.
the owners lose their snake player. It's a 5v4 in favor of the Southeast. Scratch that, they do lose a player from, I believe, the snake side? I could be mistaken. But it should be a 4v4 game. Owners are locked in those back three bunkers, and the D1 make that 2 now. Carlos transitions from the D corner to the D1, and at the same time, Southeast makes it up into the Snake 2, Snake 50 region. The reason I say it's Snake 2, Snake 50, it's so easy to move back and forth. Makes it super unpredictable. Carlos gets clipped. Southeast loses their Snake player. They also lose a player in the D1. There's definitely 2 players up for the Southeast, but I want to say there's 3, but I just can't see one. Owners, I believe, we're just down to K Pasa and Mr. CSL himself in the back corners. It could be a 2v2 the way these guys are talking to each other. Oh, CSL Keegan gets clipped on the move. K Pasa moves back to the home. That's a good bunker to hold. You're the last guy left. Transitions to the corner. Let's see what he can make happen. Oh, he tries, but it's not enough. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice, but I'm obviously biased for the owner squad here. You know, I think it's a bias I'm allowed to have. They Southeast takes the second game of that series. We're about to go into round 3. Alright, and they're off. Clean break for both teams.
The snake players are doing a lot of movement. They're not paying attention.
And just an FYI, this is round 3, but it is 1-0 because the first round was a draw. So Southeast took the second one, so it's 1-0. Rail gets clipped from the Dorito. I believe that's the first player to die. So it's a 5v4 in favor of the Southeast. Southeast bumps up from the D corner to the D2, gets clipped in the process. So by my math, it's 4v4, even game. Owner's got K Pasa himself down and dirty in the Snake 1. CSL Keegan gets taken out from the Snake corner. K Pasa gets a kill from that Snake 1.
Smoked Luke for a bit.
They got 2 players in the Snake now. Love to see it. Southeast losing that God player.
Tank. Your tank. Your tank.
Help me out.
Owners losing their front snake player, but K-Pasa's still alive, so moves all the way to the D3. And he gets the kill. Last man alive, hanging the flag. 2023 CSL Triple Award winner right there. So it is now 1-1. We are going into round 4. So that means each team has 2 chances. So in theory, they could both get 1 win each, and in that case it would come down to points. Otherwise, if one team wins 2, they obviously take the series. Clean break for both teams. Southeast loses the Dorito player. Both teams have a player in the snake. Well, Southeast was the god, but now he's in the snake. K-Pasa up to the D3. Rel making a move down the D side. Takes out the back D player, the home player, before he gets traded out himself. That was a great move. Southeast loses their snake. They're going to run down this last guy. CSL Keegan for the win! Let's go, baby. So there's 1 player left. That's going to be K-Pasa. He's going to clear the field, go grab that flag, and that's all she wrote. Beautiful round, beautiful round. Owners get a player all the way up to the snake 50. Southeast decides to stick back in the god. Playing a little bit more defensive. Rel taking out the snake corner player from Southeast. I don't think anyone's gone down for the owners. Yeah, TJ just making the rundown. He's going to clip players off one by one.
Mikey takes a surrender.
Mikey takes the surrender. That was a smart move. Smart move on his part, you know. Why do it to yourself? But that's what we like to see. Some camaraderie, some goofing, but it's all in good fun.
Next up we
All in the
have
spirit of the game.
Next up we have Northeast and Southeast.
So that's going to end that one out. Up next, we have, say that again?
Northeast and Southeast.
We got Northeast and Southeast. Let me check my cheat sheet, give you guys a little, Northeast is going to be blue, Southeast is going to be red. Red versus blue, baby. We will be back with you in a few minutes.
Yeah, body's out of sight. I just wanna feel my. Hey you, I'm gonna be the one for another one. Hey you, maybe then you know that I was never one. I don't wanna see you, I don't wanna fear you tonight. You don't wanna know me, you just wanna make sure you're right. I'm gonna be going for another one. Maybe then you know that I was never one. I'm gonna be going for another one. I don't wanna feel you tonight. Got me. Can I hear you? I don't wanna call you, I don't wanna know what you think. I'm the one you go to whenever you feel like you're a bad thing. I don't wanna just forget you, but I wanna be fine. I'll be waiting for a sign to light up, yeah. And your heart is out of sight, I just wanna feel mine. Hey you, I could become the one for another one. Hey you, maybe then you know that I was never one. I'm gonna be going for another one. Maybe then you know that I was never one. Everything you do is bad.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Getting ready to go into round 1. On the red jerseys, you've got the Southeast. Blue jerseys, you've got the Northeast. Clean break from both teams. Both teams with a double home. Northeast breaking that double home first, sending him out to the D side. Southeast still with 2 players at that home bunker. I'm not sure if I saw a player walk off from the Southeast. I see one on the sidelines, but he might just be an extra or sub, but at the very least, I know there were 5 up for the, actually, I don't know much of anything, so let's just see how it plays out. Southeast makes it up to the castle. They call him out, though they know he's there. Makes the run down the D side, is able to take 2 with him, so a 2-for-1 trade. Northeast has 2 that are visible to me. Southeast has 2 that are visible to me. Southeast gets clipped moving up to the castle. Oh, scratch that. The whole time there's been a Northeast Snake player in there that I haven't seen. He finally pops his head and Wavy takes care of him from the inside. 2v1. Southeast is in the... wasn't the D corner, moves up to the D2. He's able to take out Wavy, so it's now a 1v1. Dread grabs the flag, but ends up getting clipped. Southeast is able to grab it and go ahead and hang it. So it's funny, you see a little banter between these teams because you've got representatives from multiple teams on different all-star teams. For example, you got tier 6 players on both of these teams, so a little bit of a home team, you know, an inter-team rivalry going on. It makes things a little bit more fun. Clean break from both teams. Southeast loses their snake corner. Excuse me, Northeast. Northeast loses their snake corner. Southeast loses their D player. Northeast loses snake, loses Wavy and the snake. They also lose Matty Ice on the D side. Tries to make a run down the D side, gets clipped in the process. It's just Zombie out there in the snake corner. Takes out one. got 3 players to contend with. One of them up at this castle already. They're calling out the D1. I don't think there's someone there, but it's better safe than sorry. They do know he's in the snake corner though. Zombie manages to clip that Dorito player. 2v1. 1v1, he kills the snake. Meatball manages to take out Zombie. I believe he's the only player alive. Check off the boxes, make sure the field's clear, and go finish this one. Alright, clean break, Wavy with a clean move up to the castle. 5 players alive on both sides. Meatball gets taken out on the southeast side. 5v4 in favor of the northeast. Wavy goes down in the castle. Northeast able to bring it back a little bit. Was 2-0, now it's a 2-1 match. go, round 4. Zombie straight into that 50 cross. 2 players go down from northeast though off the break. It's an unfortunate one for him. So it should be 3v5 in favor of the southeast. Southeast is already behind Zombie from the enemy snake. Take Zombie out. Ooh, gives him a little wave off the field. Oh man, I think he gets friendly fired in the process. Those are the hazards of getting on the enemy side of the field. If your team's not paying attention, they're going to think you're an enemy. Dread's alive in this D corner, and that, I believe that's it from what I can see. They know he's there, they just called him out. Dread's able to take out one. Southeast have 3 players left to make this happen with. And that's the move. They're getting up into the snake. They should do the same thing with the D side if you're asking me. There they go. Make sure he's looking at, you gotta look at both sides of the field. Can't look both directions at once. That was a good move over the castle 50. And it takes him out. Players left alive on the southeast team were able to run this one up. So that should be 3-1 in favor of southeast. 1 more to go. And they're off. Both teams breaking out to the god. Southeast makes a move up into the snake 1, looking inside. Isn't able to get anyone just yet. Southeast does drop their snake corner. Oh, he takes out Matty Ice at that castle because it's too tall. Southeast, one player for Southeast gets killed. Gets eliminated, I should say. Zombie runs down the snake, takes out 2. It's killed in the process, there's only that corner left. And with 3 players left alive, Northeast closes that one out. This was a very back and forth series. That's what you like to see in the All-Star game. You don't want to see it too one-sided. So that last game was the Battle of the East. We had Northeast, Southeast. Next match, I should say, is the Battle of the Mids. We got Midwest, Mid-Atlantic. Should be starting in about 3-ish minutes if I had to guess, so just stay tuned. There's
20
Hollywood.
seconds.
All right, 20 seconds to go. You've got Mid-Atlantic in the white. You've got Midwest in the black.
10 seconds.
Battle of the Mids. Chase making it all the way to the Snake 50, trading out with the Midwest Snake player at the same time, 4v4. One of the back players dropping from Mid-Atlantic, 4v3. Make that 3v3, Midwest loses their burrito. Midwest is doubling up this snake corner. I think Beards is looking for the transition in. And there it is. Makes it all the way up to the 1. Looked like he might have... Looks like he was going to go further, but he decided to stay back at the 1, look inside. Mid-Atlantic with a home player, a snake corner. I'm not sure if they have another. I can't see it if they do. Midwest have at least 3. Beards made it all the way up to this 50 cross, right next to the X. Oh, but he gets popped. He gets popped trying to thread the needle. Midwest transitioning into the Snake 50 and the D50. So still spreading the field. And it pays off for him because he can take out that snake corner. Now all that's left should be that D corner player for the Mid-Atlantic. See if he can make a miracle happen. It's going to be tough for him. Nope, not able to. So with 2 alive for Midwest, they're able to grab the flag, close this one out. Chase gets all the way to the enemy side of the snake before he trades out this time. Midwest loses their snake corner, 4v3 in favor of Mid-Atlantic. Midwest fill that snake corner. Beard gets out of the snake corner from the home. Meanwhile, Mid-Atlantic making it up to the castle. And he gets killed by the D2, excuse me. So 3v3. Make that 3v2 in favor of Mid-Atlantic. Their D player on the side of Midwest goes down. So it's just the corners. That corner now becomes the D1. And the snake corner for Midwest. Mid-Atlantic got a snake corner, and D2. D1. Beard moving from the corner into the snake 1. The other player runs down the D side, takes 1 with him. So it's 2v1. Beard's by himself versus a snake in the snake corner. Doesn't get either. That'll do it for this round. All players alive. Mid-Atlantic getting a player up to that cube, that diagonal cube, pretty early. Temple or that Castle player for Midwest able to stay alive through the chaos. Getting a lot of value out of that 50 position. Unfortunately, he gets clipped when he tries to make the big move down. Mid-Atlantic with the win. 2 players up. And they're off. Mid-Atlantic opting for a delay break from the home. Just runs past the Temple player without seeing him. That's unfortunate. But his backup is able to take him out just fine. Oh, gets clipped. So I believe a 1v1 at this point after all that chaos went down. Ooh, and Mid-Atlantic able to come out on top of that exchange, and once he figures out he's the last man alive, he's going to end this one out clean.
Last match.
All right.
Last game for
All right, folks. Little update from you. Due to some time restraints, this is going to be the final match of the day. So, it's for all the marbles here, so to speak. This is the last round. Let's see what these teams can pull out. I would love to see a flag off break, but I think they kind of figured out that that's not the meta. We haven't really seen it since the first few games. Two players break into the snake wire off break. Let's see who comes out victorious. Neither have gone down yet. Mid-Atlantic loses a player as he bumps out to the snake corner. Oh, the snake trade, or the snake encounter comes through. Midwest comes out on top. Midwest gets a second player up into the snake. Mid-Atlantic loses their D2. They're down to just two back players now, the D corner and the snake corner. That said, the snake corner is able to take out one of the snake players from Midwest. Oh, and he tries to transition in, but he doesn't know there's a second player there. And with three different players entering the snake from Midwest, they're going to close that game out.
And that's a wrap for the CSL season.
Indeed. Some fun games. It was definitely good to see CSL Keegan back out on the field. You guys might know him from behind the booth, behind the mic, behind the ref mask, but he's definitely a shooter, so it was fun to watch him back in his element again. This has been Bert with the commentary. We got Fitzy up here with the scores and some info, my right-hand man. And then we got Den here on the technical stuff, on the cameras, on the mics. So we want to thank you guys for joining us, and we will be back in 2024 for some new and improved CSL action. Y'all take care. Have a good one.
My walls are caving in. Heaven help, I can see my ghost on the ceiling. Let me